Now let's look at the other side of the world, East Asia, far away from the war in Europe but suffering its fallout. The world is divided, clear military camps and alliances have taken shape. NATO is fighting Russia, the US and China are in a Cold War, and East Asia is emerging as their battlefront. Every day brings new headlines featuring warships, military stunts and missiles. The latest one comes from Taiwan. 2 Russian warships sailed close to Taiwan, not Chinese, Russian warships. This was late last night. Taiwan's defense ministry was on high alert. They said, and I quote, "The National Army used joint intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance methods to grasp the dynamics of the Russian ships throughout the process and dispatched mission aircraft, ships and shore-mounted missile systems to closely monitor the response." We don't know just how close the Russian warships got to Taiwan. The ministry did not specify the distance, but they were close enough for Taiwan to put up its guard. And you must understand, Taiwan is no stranger to territorial incursions. Their neighbor is China, after all. And Beijing's aggression is almost routine. Let me show you something. This is the Taiwan Defense Ministry's Twitter feed. Every day it reports incursions by the Chinese Air Force and Navy. And despite this daily pressure, the Russian vessels found special mention because they escalate the already tense situation in East Asia. To understand this further, we need to zoom out, to look at the region as a whole. You have the No Limits partners on one side, that is Russia and China. They call themselves each other No Limits partners. They're joined by their old friend North Korea, a country that keeps testing ballistic missiles. It wants to develop nuclear weapons. It wants to threaten South Korea and Japan. And that's what it does. So this is one camp, China, Russia, North Korea. The other camp has some unlikely partners, Japan and South Korea. They've had a difficult history, but they're trying to forget it to secure their future. These 2 countries are under the American security umbrella. Washington has promised to defend Seoul and Tokyo. And together they keep holding military drills to unsettle Pyongyang. In response, North Korea fires even more missiles. And this is a dangerous spiral, a continuous cycle of showmanship. Here's the latest in that one. A US submarine is visiting South Korea. Not just any submarine, it's an Ohio-class warship, the largest class of submarines ever built for the US Navy, nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed. So nuclear weapons are being ferried about in East Asia, and of course, the US also promises to protect Taiwan from the Chinese, from Chinese military action. So add Taipei to their camp, and what do you get? A powder keg, ready to explode at the slightest provocation, and that's exactly what the Russian warship stunt near Taiwan is being called, a provocation. As if that wasn't enough, Russia seems to be doubling down. After all this drama, Moscow released footage of a military drill in the Sea of Japan. Russia's defense ministry chose this day, today, to release this video. It shows a corvette ship shooting down an anti-ship missile. The timing is suspect, and the build-up is dangerous. China versus Taiwan, North Korea versus South Korea and Japan, Russia versus American allies, America versus the Asian mainland. It's a mess, and a dangerous one at that. All sides need to do their bit to diffuse the tensions, because if they don't, one wrong move can send the world into another catastrophic war.